Kings, queens, and in-betweens, welcome back to the City Boys podcast. My name is Ethan Thornton, and I am joined by two of my best friends in the whole wide world. And today we are here to talk about St. Louis City's disappointing draw to FC Dallas, a 1-1 finish over a 10-man Dallas. We're going to get into the game, go over it, most importantly, get into kit clash, and preview our next opponent. We're gonna talk about the game. We don't have many formal points this week, but before we get into it all, let's introduce the team. I'm going to start with Jacob. Jacob, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Week 1 of NFL season kicked off, which I've been itching to have back in my life. I do love me some NFL, so that was fun to watch this weekend. From what I was able to watch this weekend, Grayson and I did have another City Boys media gig this weekend. As we filmed for the Extraneous Commas improv group. That was yesterday, so got to see a little bit of the 12 o'clock hour games and then all of Sunday Night Football, but anything that happened between 3 and 6 p.m., I did not get to watch. But I got to see the highlights, which is also what I did for this game because I was unable to watch it on Saturday as I was hanging out with family. So all in all, pretty fire weekend. I'm kind of glad I didn't watch the draw, to be fair. So, yeah, Grayson, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. Just had my first coaching game of the season for my team. We did lose. It was a humbling loss. We got a lot to learn from, and I'm excited for our next game on Thursday. And I'll give you guys a breakdown next week on what happened there. Also, I want to formally apologize for not giving you guys a classic City Boys episode last week. And I guarantee it was made, and it was a heater. It was a great episode, but there was no audio. So I went back to edit it, and there was nothing there. But I'll play a clip from it now because I had a great time playing FIFA by myself and talking about the Houston game. So here's a clip from that. Opening some crazy packs, honestly. Treat it like a silent film right here. And we're back. Thanks for that. But, I had a good weekend. Disappointing draw, but I did get to watch this in between playing some Helldivers. It was a pretty decent weekend. Yeah. Ethan.
That's awesome, fellas. Buddy? Yeah, I'm feeling really good despite the St. Louis City result. All good. No, I got to see my mom last weekend. We didn't record, so we took a nice little break. That was nice, but we're back. I'm really glad to be back and talking about St. Louis City. Yeah, crazy game to be talking about. I'm glad that all three of us are here to discuss.
Indeed, it is good to be back.
And be on the lookout for the outro of this video. We do have something special and cooked up for you guys, so stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this match. Ethan's gonna spin around real quick, but I think Jacob is gonna take us through lineups.
So for this lineup, we're just gonna call it a 4-2-3-1. We've got Roman Berkey between the sticks. Conrad Vollum with a hell of a game at outside back. Henry Kessler and Falu Fall make a start together for the first time this season. And Devin Padelford out at left back. Our two holding/pivot mids, typically seen all of last season and getting back into the fold again this year. We've got Edu Lovin with Chris Durkin right next to him. Marcel Hartle in the 10 with Simon Betcher and Celio Pompeo out on the wings with none other than the bald man, João Klaus, up top. We did, if I can scroll to the bottom of my screen, we did use 3 substitutes in this match. We had the new senior roster signing, Brendan McSorley, make his, not debut, but you know what I mean. It's his first appearance since signing to the senior roster. So whatever you want to call that in a button, that's what it is. Thomas Ostrak also came into this match, as well as Thomas Totland got some minutes for the first time.
Jeez.
So that was our lineup. Some positives to take from this. I think Henry Kessler Follow Fall is the pairing of the future for this team with Timo Baumgartel as the CB2 basically. Thomas Totling getting clocking in. We've been wondering where Tots has been, as well as McSorley is one for the future. Coming on for, was it Betcher?
Pompeo actually.
He actually came on for Celio.
Oh wait.
Well,
No, he actually did. He came on for Betcher. Ostrich came on for Pompeo.
okay.
And then
Well,
Hartle went wide and Ostrich went to 10.
I like the ceiling of McSorley more than I like the floor of Simon Betcher. So this is a
Ooh.
W for the team. Um, yeah, and Grayson, if you want to talk about the one good thing that this team did, we can move right into that.
Before I mention that and get into the game, I'd also want to shout out because I tried to do it last episode, but it doesn't exist. No one can hear it. But shout out Makai Joyner for, he's representing the United States. He's just at a camp right now, under 21 camp down in Florida. But I'm very proud of him for getting that call up. He deserves it. He's representing the whole city here too. Trying to make a mark and hopefully make the roster for the U21 World Cup. That's going to be played around the same time as the actual World Cup. So hopefully we'll be able to get Makai in there because he's a baller for sure, and I think he'll tear it up. So very
I have a
excited for
quick
that.
story, Grayson, because I boldly predicted on the City Boys BlueSky that Makai Joyner might get a start against FC Dallas this weekend, and this was after the news
Oh,
that he went to camp. And someone was like, well, "Didn't he go to camp?" And I haven't even had
delete the blue
the
sky.
pride. Yeah, I pretty much have not opened the app since I saw that notification. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, he did." I'm just gonna pretend that app does not exist anymore.
That's so funny.
City
But
Boys are retired on Blue Sky, it sounds like.
Makai had Makai's hopefully having a great time down there. I hope they like stream some of their friendlies because that'd be fun to keep an eye on. U21 World Cup's always fun because USA seems to do much better there than in the actual adult roster. So, whatever. But, let's get into this match. We would get one goal. We'll talk about why that's insane that we only got one goal this match. But it would come from the man, Celio Pompeu, who seems to only be able to score worldies. He can't do it simple. Can't do it simple. It's got to be beautiful. It's got to be magnificent. And it was, again. This time from a pretty simple passage of play, Leuven, I think it start as a corner, or we either just had it on the right side of the pitch, circled it back in, crossed it. We're rotating to the far side. It passes to Pompeu, who's sitting at the top of the box, just outside the 18, slightly off to the left. And he hits this. Absolutely beams it top left corner. And honestly, such a strange angle because he hits it with his right foot and it looks like it curves into that top
Mhm.
left corner. It was
Yeah,
a beautiful strike.
I have a little bit of analysis on this, guys, because it is probably one of the most difficult shots for a goalkeeper to save. It looks like he hits it straight at him and it's actually curling up and away from the goalkeeper. You see, I think he tries to like dive backwards and straight up to punch it away, and he doesn't even stand a chance. Amazing attacking IQ from Celio to get a goal there. Like you said, Grayson, the dude only scores worldies. I feel like when I think of players who score from outside the box for St. Louis City, it's Celio Pompeu and Edu Levin, and that's
That's
pretty
it.
much
That's
the
it.
exclusive club.
Yeah.
That's it.
Uh,
So,
Holm had a really good outside the box strike a long time ago. But
anyways, yeah, just a really, really smart goal from Celio. There's no other way to say it.
a beautiful hit. Beautiful hit. And it would be disappointing because a pretty quick turnaround here. Because 2 minutes later, Dallas would respond. Either you guys want to cover what
No.
went wrong there? I mean, no one wants to.
I don't remember the goal exactly,
All
so
right,
I only
I can
feel
toss it up. I can
Peter
toss it up.
Musa
yeah,
scored.
guys.
So
Yeah, I can tell you the finish. That's it.
so St. Louis retains the ball. We just win the ball back from Dallas. They're holding it in our, I guess, left side corner.
Mhm.
We're just tiki-taka passing around trying to escape it, and the ball falls to Chris Durkin under pressure. He can't get it off his foot, and it falls right to who is it? Kappas. Let's see. Christian Kappas, the center midfielder from Dallas. And unfortunately, Falu Fall is out of position here because he's assuming we wouldn't give up the ball in such a terrible position. So our entire back line is starting to press up because they think we're going to escape, leaving Pitar Musa literally just 1v1 with Roman Berkey from point blank, and he's on sides because of Falu. Um, and he just rifles it. Honestly, an insane finish from that
Oh,
angle.
yep.
Somehow beats Berkey at the near post, upper 90, a ton of power in it. Once again, proving that Pitar Musa is a poacher. He's just a very skilled goal getter, especially in the 6 yard box, just outside the six. It's going in no matter what. Like, not much you can do about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you stuck a brick wall in our goal there, he would have just kicked it through with the power that he struck it with there, and really surgically clinical precision on that finish. To I think he put it in between like Roman Berkey's waist and the post. There was probably a foot of space, and he absolutely snuck it in there. I Critchley said in the post match press conference that that is what happens when you give up the ball to a clinical striker like Pitar Musa. So really disappointing goal to concede in the moment that we did as well. We're essentially going up we're going into halftime up 1 goal against a good team that is down a man, chances to secure 3 points at home, and in that moment, it felt like there was hope and still plenty of time for St. Louis City to go get that winning goal for the entirety of the second half. But as the game played out, it felt it felt bad.
We did forget to mention in the 16th minute of the match, João Klaus gets a breakaway. He's in on goal, and he very deftly chips it up just past the keeper in between his leg and arm, skips past him. The keeper takes out Klaus just outside the box. Sadly, is not a penalty just outside, but the keeper would get a red card for taking Klaus out there on a clear chance. So they do have to bring in their backup goalkeeper, Jacob Jackson. So at this point, Dallas has 75 minutes to go with without their starting keeper. In fact, Jacob Jackson is actually their third string keeper. And Jacob Jackson would earn man of the match for 11 saves. It just happens that once again, St. Louis City is facing a worldy of a performance from the keeper. But honestly, I'm not even going to give him that much hype because I think at some point St. Louis's chances were just not good enough. They're not powerful enough to get to beat the keeper. Most of them were pretty good placement, but just simply not enough power, not enough to actually force an incredible save out of the keeper. I'd say most of his saves were good saves, but nothing absolutely just keeping St. Louis out, which was disappointing because startlingly, St. Louis would tie the record for most shots in an MLS match, which is absurd. Uh, any guesses on which team held that record previously?
LA Galaxy.
Close, actually,
San Jose
very.
Earthquakes.
It was San Jose. It was the San Jose Earthquakes. I actually don't know which iteration of the San Jose Earthquakes held this, but I do know who they were facing. They were facing Vancouver. And how many goals did they get off that? 43 shots. They had 3 goals more than we did.
So
Um,
4.
oh, oops. 2 goals more than we did. They had 3 goals
Okay.
total
Okay.
off of 43 shots, which is still pretty sad. to only have 3 goals off of 43. But
Did
15
they end up
shots on
winning?
goal, they did win.
Oh,
That's the important three
Must be
points
nice.
there.
Must be nice.
what does that feel like? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it can't be said enough just how sad it is that St. Louis City had 43 shots and only one goal, tying the MLS record for shots in a match without the ability to uh, produce an end product is, I mean, that's why we're in the position that we are this season.
14th, I'm 22 points.
Yeah. I think
Mm-hmm.
what disappointed me the most was the lack of creativity in this match. Um, we had 43 shots. Conrad Vollum created 10 chances to score, and you know it, all of those were crosses into the box because starting at about the I want to say the 70th minute, that is all St. Louis was capable of doing was crossing the ball. And we have not been successful in the air at all this season. I think Klaus maybe has one headed goal, maybe. Um, but
Do you
we are
guys
not that team.
do you guys have any guesses on how many crosses St. Louis City had this weekend? I have the number.
Ooh, I want to say, okay,
37.
How many, Jacob?
37.
37 is the guess number one. Grayson.
if we had 43 shots, I think we had more crosses than shots. I think we had like
That's a
53.
pretty good logic. I was thinking, okay, we had 43 shots.
I mean, certainly it can't be like
Maybe not every cross
53
was a shot.
crosses, but
Is that your guess,
I'm gonna go
Grayson?
53.
All right. This is big courtesy to Chat City Tactics on Instagram. He has a
Fire.
plethora of amazing
I'm a fan.
statistics
I'm a fan.
of related to St. Louis City. St. Louis City come in with a whopping 61 crosses on the weekend. Yep, you see that correctly, or you hear that
Oh,
correctly. 61 crosses. The next closest amount of crosses over the weekend is actually Sporting Kansas City with 26. We had nearly 3 times the amount of crosses that the other most crossing team this weekend did, and one goal to show for it. I think it demonstrates that there was a real lack of attacking creativity in that second half, Grayson. I don't know if St. Louis City ran out of ideas on how to attack Dallas's low block. I don't know if, I mean, I do want to give credit to Dallas's defense, but I don't think that they were particularly incredible. I just don't think
yeah.
that St. Louis City really provided the danger and threat that was necessary to go out and win a game off a team in the table that's higher than us.
Last week I was listening to the post-match presser, and something that stuck out to me was two quotes, one from Edu and one from Critchley. And the one from Edu was that we need to be more patient in the buildup. Many times we get downfield and we just force a cross because we feel like we should be creating a chance in this moment. And most of the time, we were not on the same page. Either it was a beautiful cross and no one was making the run, or there's someone in the box making a run and we can't get the ball to him. And then, like Critch said, we can't just pass to pass. We need to pass with intention, pass much quicker. That's something that's been frustrating for me this entire season is our speed of play. St. Louis, a lot of the time, does, control the ball and pass it along the back line, switching field, but we don't do it with any urgency. It's slow moving. It allows Dallas to, recover, get back into position. They're defending with 10 men the entire game. We need to move with some urgency. And we got to do better than just crossing the ball. It's not a secret that Vollum has some skill crossing the ball. We have many players who are very good at crossing. But if that's our entire offense, we will never score. Like all of these goals, we have scored 10
Yeah, we
goals in our last
demonstrated that.
5 games. I think one of them was off a cross. Most of them are from counterattacking run of play. And honestly, we get lucky a lot because honestly, it's just frustrating for me when our defenders are the one creating all of the chances. I want more.
I'm trying to think if I have any other real points from this game. Jacob, do you have anything that really stood out to you from this game?
Oh, that has stood out. My only point is we're still ass. We're
Short and
still
sweet.
ass until next season. Just the result is we're still ass. So I've packed my bags for Cancun. I don't know about you boys. I'm ready for this not to dictate my weekends anymore because it's just not worth the headache.
For
Yeah,
me, it's
it's
just
painful.
yeah, it's it's been painful because the fans have not been rewarded for the amount of support we give this team. And I also don't think it's fair for City fans to give up. But at the
Yeah,
same time,
yeah.
like we can't. I mean, the amount of tweets and social media posts that come across of St. Louis City fans saying they're falling out of love with this team, they're not gonna support the team anymore. Like, are we
I mean,
seriously
yeah,
that? Are we seriously that plastic?
it does
Um,
kind of blow my mind, Grayson, because yeah, we waited decades. Some people, I mean, yeah, we're pretty young in the grand scheme of things, so we waited a lot less time than most, but there's a lot of people that waited a very long time for this team to be here. And if you guys think after year three, I'm ready to jump ship because of a couple bad seasons consecutively, you yeah, I don't know how to describe it other than plastic. You just got to bear with the club and hunker down.
I know for some people it's compounded with the lack of success on the pitch as well as decisions made by club front office. Specifically this weekend, I'm talking about the Fleur de Noise kick the cure. I think I'm
Which is fair.
fumbling
Yeah,
that. And how the club basically told them that they were gonna have to cover up part of their banner while they were in the stadium. So on
ridiculous.
top of not putting a great quality product on the field as well as telling a very loud and supportive supporters group to basically pipe down for this match. Like I can understand why some people are turning on the club. Like I'm not going to argue against you if that's your reason.
sure. Yeah, and I can't even argue, Jacob. That is super lame.
Yeah,
I
That's
was frustrated
those
reading about it.
the things off the field, I agree can take you out of love with the club. But I mean, look at the Blues guys. It took 52 years to get a cup. All we want is to be competitive. That's all we're asking for, front office. Just make us compete.
and to be fair, it's not a great look that since the immediate wake of Lutz's firing, we haven't really heard anything from the front office at all, right? Lutz used to be on the radio pretty consistently, and since his departure, that kind of voice from the club has not been there. We don't have the same level of transparency, it feels like. And yeah, I understand the disappointment. I mean, yeah, frankly, I'm really disappointed. I expect a lot better from the club and want to see nothing but success. But yeah, I'm not going to. I'll complain about the results and keep it pushing and keep supporting and let my wallet talk, you know.
Yeah.
But do we have anything else to say about the Dallas game, boys? Because it did leave a pretty sour taste in my mouth.
Let's see. Um, that's just about it. I got a couple grab bags for later. Um, Dallas is honestly, it's one of those teams where every time we face them, because we face them so much, it's starting to feel uh, almost like a little rivalry game. Just there's a little bit more tension in it. Um, and we should be winning these games every time. I mean, They don't
I
have
feel like
Lucho.
it's a
They don't got Lucho anymore,
I
and we
feel like
still
it's a
can't.
one-sided rivalry though. Dallas always seems to have our number, and that's frustrating for a St. Louis fan and a St. Louis player perspective. But we haven't really given Dallas any reason to feel that type of way back against us. We didn't, break one of their star breakout players' legs in a match. We haven't beat them by an absorbent amount of goals. We haven't come into their house and snuck a point off of them after being down to our third string goalkeeper and also down a
Mm.
man for 70 minutes. Like,
That's a
it's
good
just
point.
hate from our side.
We don't have that grit
What can I
to
say, dude? I just don't like teams from
actually earn
Texas. The Houston
points.
Dynamo, FC Dallas. Blah.
Austin,
Bah.
Okay, I kind of don't mind those.
I
fuck
like the
off.
city. I like the city. I don't
I
like
like
the team.
their crest.
Olin
Anyways,
Wolf
boys,
is
let's
pretty
get, are
tough.
we doing Kit Clash on the burn kit? Surely not. We kind of
Yes.
did get the burn kit done already.
Did we? I mean, we
We
chatted
did.
about it.
I thought we did a pretty big Dallas burn because
I
we
couldn't
played them
remember.
when they debuted it, I thought.
Yeah, we played them
Oh
in
yeah.
Dallas when they opened up with it, and
Oh
we loved
yeah,
it.
you're
I
right.
remember that. I'm pretty sure it got very high ratings on our show.
Yeah, I think
Um,
Grayson was the only one who was like realistic about it.
I
I
think
did
it's really
have
good.
I did have a counterpoint. Trista did not love it. I can't
Really?
remember her reasonings,
Oh,
but you know,
The resident single city girl didn't like it. The
City
only
Girl,
city girl.
the City Girl.
let's see. Well, since we have done the Dallas Burn kit, let us cover their home kits then.
I'm not even gonna pull it up. Fuck Dallas. It's gonna get a 3
A three.
for their third string goalkeeper having a man of the match performance.
Yeah, fair play to him on his debut as well.
Ridiculous.
Also, we have the same name.
Player of the
So
match day.
shout out Jacobs around the world. We just ball out when we get on the pitch.
Um, I actually do like this kit a lot. I think the gradient is really nice, but also the execution of the gradient instead of doing like a faded gradient, they do a barred gradient, like a linear gradient, which I do like. I think it's pretty clean. The colorway with the white detailing, I think is really nice. Um, Children's health is always great. I like the balloon. I think the balloon is cute. But yeah, I'm gonna give this a 7.5. I do like it. It's pretty clean. I think it's a clean kit.
It ain't bad. I think the bar gradient's okay. It's not my favorite. I'm just going to go in the middle and with a 5.5. All right, gents.
Wait, did
Let's
you give a
move.
rating, Jacob? Oh wait, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Three, three,
Yeah,
three.
a big old 3.0.
All right. Um, our next match comes against someone that is uh very close to home, not in location, but in the table. We both sit on 14th place in our respective um, divisions. We've got St. Louis in 14th and Montreal Impact in 14th place as well.
Are they
Uh,
still called the Impact?
Yeah.
yeah, they
Oh,
they
I
have
thought they were like Club de Foot
uh
Montreal.
I guess so.
I thought it
I
was CF
I've
Montreal.
I still call them the Impact because
Respect. I respect the origin.
that's I didn't really think about that.
I forgot they rebranded, to be fair.
I thought they rebranded, but I thought they stuck with the Impact though. I guess I wonder if Montreal fans out there, do you guys still
Yeah,
refer
someone
to your
check
team
in.
as the Impact or just Montreal? It's whatever. It's very French. Club de football.
I only have one player worth noting, in my opinion, on Montreal's team. That's Prince Owusu. He's been actually pretty great this season, all things considered. I would call him kind of a diamond in the rough in the MLS.
Hmm.
Prince Owusu, I think that he would be pretty successful on a lot of MLS teams. Maybe not those top tier ones like Columbus or Miami or Cincinnati, but I think he could be really good on a competitive MLS team. So I hope that St. Louis City has a game plan for him appropriately. I think the Flu Fall matchup and Prince Owusu will be very good, as well as Devin Padelford. And I'm actually going to go out hot here, boys. I'm going to predict a St. Louis City victory. I think that we are going to go up north and take one home, which would be a little too late, but I would still love to see it. We still have plenty of pride to play for this year. I'm going to say 3-1 and give me Edu Lovin to score a goal.
I like that. Jacob, what you got?
I'm actually going to predict a loss. I think
Oof.
we're really lacking leadership from the front office, and it has shown since Lutz's departure. Um, while the team has pride and the fans to play for, I don't think that's enough to push a team over the edge. So I'm gonna actually do the inverse, Ethan. I think we're gonna lose this game
Wow.
3-1, and my lone goal scorer I'm gonna say is Marcel Hartle.
So
Love
Jacob's
that pick.
actually lying. He's just doing that to repeat the jinx he did earlier this season.
Big brain
Because we are
Jacob.
gonna win this match. I think it is kind of wild to blame our losses on Lutz leaving. Not gonna lie. Uh, because Lutz can't do anything uh
He
mid-season.
never appeared on the field.
He never appears on the field. He should have no say in the coaching. That is up to Critch at the moment. Um, so I'm gonna say we do bounce back with this one. With creating 43 shots this match, we had a ton of players creating chances. I think it's about time someone gets on the end of those. And I think it's going to be João Klaus. João Klaus is going to get a goal this match, return to scoring form. He's had a couple poor matches in a row where he's had some sitters. And he knows it. We all know it. And he's going to get over it again, figure it out. And I think it's going to be a 2-0 win. We're going to keep a clean sheet for the first time in forever because Fall and Kessler actually had a fantastic game this week. I think finally locking down our defense is really important. And I think we're going to run back that same back four again. Kessler, Fall, Padelford, and Vollum. And then I think Totland off the bench at some point because for some reason Toddy's not getting the minutes. I was very happy to see him again, though. I think we're going to work it out and we're going to get this dub. Yeah, that's where I'm sitting. Um,
Grayson?
I do have a couple of grab bags before we close out because I had a couple of grab bags from last week. First of all, Zelensky has left the club on loan. He's currently with Indy 11 for the remainder of the season. I'm curious to see if it's just a, you know, season long loan. Like, will he join us here or will he rejoin us like mid season next year? A little curious there. Other news, because this one's a bit more lighthearted and pretty funny. Zonde Silva made his debut for his new team last
Okay.
week,
Did he score?
and he did not score because 9 minutes into his debut, he got a red card and he got kicked out.
Oh.
So it seems like this man just doesn't want to play anywhere.
That's
Uh,
hilarious.
thought that was kind of funny. Maybe it was right to get him out the loo. But that's pretty much all I got for this week.
I think all I got in grab bag, Grayson, is for everyone to applaud for me. I am in 3 different fantasy leagues this weekend and won all of my games. So thank you so much. I am the soon to be GOAT. Thank you so much.
And Jacob, uh, I didn't tell you this. Okay, so last night I was in a fantasy shootout. I had Derrick Henry and the other guy had Lamar Jackson. We were fighting it out. I ended up on top. I got 113 or 125 to his 113. So I'm winning. I thought I had won. Did not realize he still had Jordan Mason to play. I haven't looked at that score.
Well, Jacob is a demon and scored a massive 177 points this week. Oh my God.
I don't want to talk about it. He scored on
Almost
me.
a league record.
Having Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, and Igbuka on the same team should be illegal.
Who else I got on that team? Who else on my team? Tell the people how well I did.
I
Oh,
auto
brother.
drafted this year, so I don't
In
want
a 2 QB league with Josh Allen and Justin Herbert, pretty elite weekends. 2 of the best quarterbacks this weekend. Jahmyr Gibbs and Derrick Henry. Jahmyr underperformed, but Derrick Henry played one of the best games of football I've ever seen in my life. DK
good.
Metcalf, a little underwhelming, but Mike Igbuka, the rookie in his debut performance, my goodness.
Clean.
Garrett Wilson as well. Oh, I have him in another league.
His
Amazing
bench was
pick.
feasting too.
He
left like 80 points on the bench.
Yeah, Travis Etienne and Keenan Allen, as well as Hollywood Brown on the bench. Jacob chewed this week. Give it up.
Are we a fantasy? Are we a fan? Speaking
yeah,
of
make
fantasy,
sure to tune in next week for our fantasy football episode.
Speaking of fantasy, there's still time to join the City Boys FPL League, Fantasy Premier League. There's still time. Join it up. You're gonna get whooped. I just made 6 transfers with the wild card, so I'm in trouble. But
yeah, so the table for the Fantasy Premier League has
let's throw it
Trustin in first place. Trevor Massa, the biggest troll of the City Boys, in second.
This is crazy.
Brett in third.
Pink Floyd Brett.
In fourth. Ellery. Shout out Ellery. He's in here. He's in fifth. Grayson in sixth. John in seventh. Jacob moving up the table in eighth.
It's a close.
Ethan
it's close
table. Behind me.
Hey, I'm moving up. I'm moving up.
Eduardo in 10th, and Lucas, who joined a week late, in last.
Only by 30 points.
Only by 30.
He could have a really good week and catch right up like it was nothing.
To put in perspective, the Fantasy Premier League scoring highs and lows, the highest performing team this week had 118 points. So you can absolutely pop off in this league.
Actually, Jacob had the most points in our league this week with 58 total.
Yeah, but highest in all of America. I think in all of fantasy.
I don't want to talk about whoever triple captain Yuri and Timber. Like, you freak. Who are you?
Well, gentlemen, let's put a bow on this episode because we actually have a very special guest to wrap this one up. Instead of Jacob wrapping it up, I'm actually going to throw it over to my mom and I.
My mom.
Have a good one, everyone. Thank you for listening to this episode of the City Boys podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, leave a comment and rate us 5 stars. But most importantly,
don't forget to tell your mother you love her.
I love you, Mom.
STL. STL.